Make a self-introduction of yourself if you have not done that before.
Let me first of all welcome the chairman and other leaders of political parties to our regular quarterly consultative meeting. Since our last meeting in July this year, there have been changes to the leadership of some political parties. It is therefore my pleasure to especially welcome the chairmen of political parties who are attending this meeting for the first time in substantive or acting capacities. You may recall that at our last meeting, we reviewed the conduct of the 2023 general election as part of the wider consultation with stakeholders. I am glad to report that we are finalizing the review report as well as the main report of the 2023 general election. As soon as they are finalized, we will, as usual, share the reports with you, other stakeholders, and the public. Today, the subject matter of our meeting is the ongoing preparations for the 3 off-cycle governorship elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states, scheduled to hold on Saturday, 11th November 2023. With just a little over 2 weeks to the election, we are at the concluding stages of our preparations. This is the first time that the Commission will be conducting 3 off-cycle governorship elections simultaneously across different geopolitical zones. This is made possible by the coincidence of the end of tenure of the current holders of the offices, which fall within the constitutional time frame of not earlier than 150 days or later than 30 days before the expiration of their terms of office as enshrined in Section 178, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. The Commission has delivered all non-sensitive materials for the elections to the 3 states. The training of various categories of ad hoc staff is ongoing. We have made the soft copies of the complete register of voters available to all political parties participating in the elections. We conducted the mock accreditation of voters and the upload of results to our IRF portal using the beavers. Stakeholder engagements are ongoing. Our state offices have concluded the readiness assessment of our facilities, as well as the movement of critical facilities to our 54, or rather 56, local government offices across the 3 states. At the same time, political parties have uploaded the names of their polling and collation agents to the dedicated web portal. As I informed Nigerians at the meeting with our resident electoral commissioners last week, a total of 137,934 agents made up of 130,093 polling and 7,841 collation agents have already been uploaded to the portal, and we are about to complete the printing of the identity cards for these agents. However, not all political parties have nominated agents for all the polling units and even the collation centers in the 3 states. In the next few days, the Commission will publish the detailed distribution of agents uploaded by all political parties for public information. I urge you to consider the submission of names of agents as important as the nomination of candidates for elections. I am glad to report that the printing of agents' identity cards will be completed this weekend. This will allow political parties ample time to distribute the cards to their agents. All the identity cards are QR code readable to ensure maximum security and to avoid impersonation by unaccredited persons. I have a sample here of the cards that we are going to issue to all the 137,000 plus agents nominated by political parties. And for the first time, you will see a QR code here. And you can easily and simply read the QR code using the QR code app on your mobile phones. And it will lead you straight to our database. And you will see more information on the agent than the information on the face of the identity cards. We did this after receiving complaints from political parties about the identity of agents. Some complained that there was identity theft, as a result of which people that they did not recognize to be their agents were parading themselves as agents in the polling units and collation centers. Now, for each one of the agents that you nominated and uploaded the details on the portal, they will have these QR code readable identity cards at all levels, from the polling units to the ward collation, to local government collation, to state collation. I also wish to add that we are doing the same thing for all accredited journalists for the election and all accredited observers. On the issue of candidature, the Commission is concerned about the spate of recent judgments and orders of courts in respect of the nomination, substitution, or disqualification of candidates after all the sensitive materials have been printed. The reprinting of the materials in compliance with court orders within a short period of time is not only expensive, but the management of the process is also very challenging for the Commission. Although the Commission has already published the final list of candidates for the 3 states, 4 recent court orders have compelled us to review the list. These changes have been reflected in the updated list of parties and candidates on our website. However, this decision is without prejudice to any pending appeal by the affected candidates or their political parties. If there is a judgment of the Superior Court, we will abide by that judgment. And that's why, as you will see on our website, under the remarks column, we put court order in respect of candidates substituted by orders of court. As electioneering campaigns continue to intensify, the Commission reiterates its concern about the spate of violence in the 3 states involving parties and candidates. I wish to remind you as party leaders that free and fair elections are only possible in an atmosphere of peace. After all, election is a process involving human beings as voters, election officials, observers, and the media, whose safety is of paramount concern to the Commission. While we will continue to work with the security agencies in this regard, political parties acting individually or collectively through the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, also have an obligation to impress on your members, candidates, and supporters to maintain the peace during the campaign rallies and procession. I urge you to also appeal to them to maintain the same disposition on election day and beyond. So on this note, I wish to welcome you once again to this meeting, which may be our last quarterly meeting for the year 2023, because we are already in October.
I would like to, on behalf of all political parties in Nigeria, request INEC to seize the opportunity of these elections to deal with the issue of confidence among the citizenry following the outcome of 2023 national elections. The 2023 national elections presented us with numerous challenges and controversies, leading to enormous challenges in our electoral process. It is essential for INEC, as the custodian of our democracy, to address this issue comprehensively. To reaffirm citizens' confidence, INEC must continue to demonstrate impartiality, transparency, and a commitment to conducting free, fair, and credible elections. This is not only a moral imperative, but a necessary step towards preserving the integrity of our democratic process. There's no doubt that INEC is showing its best efforts in the preparations in spite of obvious incumbencies. However, a lot more needs to be done to ensuring that elections in Nigeria are hitch-free, credible, and substantially comply with provisions of the controversial 2022 Electoral Act. Furthermore, I challenge INEC to work diligently in persuading our security agencies to play by the rules of engagement and resist the temptation of being used by desperate politicians. The involvement of security agencies in the electoral process, when it becomes unavoidable, must be based on professionalism, neutrality, and a commitment to the defense of our democracy rather than partisan interest. The citizens must feel secure in their participation in the electoral process, knowing that their safety and security are assured. The present precarious state of insecurity in the country, and in particular, the 3 states where the November 11, 2023 off-season elections will be taking place, poses a real threat to full participation of the citizens in the exercise. It is also of paramount importance that INEC ensures the timely and secure delivery of both sensitive and non-sensitive electoral materials to the states. Delays or mishandling of these materials can lead to suspicion and undermine the credibility of the entire election. We must work collaboratively to guarantee that these materials reach their destinations without any hitches. As we prepare for the upcoming off-season elections, let us recommit ourselves to the principles of democracy, fairness, and transparency. The challenges we face are not insurmountable, but they require a collective effort from all stakeholders involved in the electoral process. We must uphold the tenets of our democracy and work towards ensuring that the voice of the people is heard and respected through the ballot box. I employ all political parties, civil society organizations, and all citizens to play their part in creating an environment that fosters trust and confidence in our electoral processes. Together, we can ensure that the peoples will prevail and that our democracy continues to grow stronger. May I seize this opportunity to update political parties, leaders, and brief the Commission of some of the programs initiated by the Council as part of the efforts towards deepening our nascent democracy. We have commenced the first IPAC peer review of elected leaders. IPAC, as a critical stakeholder and incubators of the leadership of the country at all levels and tiers of government, is putting in place a mechanism that will ensure that the political leadership at all levels of government achieve the SDGs in their constituencies in every context. At the national level of governance, the mechanism will be applied in ensuring that the legislature performs its statutory functions of lawmaking, oversight, and effective representation of the people. It is believed these will put the federal government on its toes to discharge its fundamental responsibilities of providing security and welfare for the people of Nigeria. The peer review mechanism seeks to sensitize and mobilize state governors and national leadership on the target of the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, as they implement party manifestos. It will interrogate the parameters and indicators for measuring the achievement of the SDGs in the states of the Federation. In addition, it will assist national and subnational government to foster good governance and accelerate the pace of their development through periodic reviews of progress in the implementation of the SDGs. It will also encourage experience sharing among states and reinforcing the commendable and innovative practices unveiled in the peer review process, as well as provide an opportunity for the state governments to highlight their achievements and share their areas of challenges for necessary intervention. We have also initiated the IPAC Situation Room, powered by election result management system. Over the years, we have seen the election processes abused, monetized, or brutally corrupted, and the declared results being sharply disputed. We have also noted that over 80% of declared election results have had to be resolved through tribunals and court processes. From our study, this ugly development is directly attributable to the quality of agents representing political parties at the polling units and collection centers. These agents are mostly poorly trained, easily compromised, or outright fraudsters, who in some instances would not even submit to the party or the candidate the Form EC8 issued by INEC and signed by all the relevant stakeholders at the conclusion of the exercise at the polling units. The ERMS will minimize or eliminate the menace of the agents and other representatives of political parties in the process. For the first time, political parties will be guaranteed effective monitoring and control of the activities of their representatives and other stakeholders in the handling of the election results from the polling units, collection centers, up to declaration of the results by INEC, the only authority in line with 2022 Electoral Act with powers to announce winners of elections. The IPAC Situation Room, EMS, would complement current efforts by INEC to provide political parties certified from EC8A, copy of which are also pasted by INEC by the walls at the polling stations. The IPAC initiative will also be of great pre-election value to enhance cost-effective operations. It will collate elections results quickly from INEC certified from EC8As from all polling units, and it will be of enormous post-election value in producing scientifically irrefutable documents for use at the tribunals, all within 28-day window allowed by the new rules. Finally, IPAC is excited to announce the upcoming centenary celebration of the existence of political parties in Nigeria. This historic event commemorates a century of political activism, development, and the institutionalization of democracy in Nigeria. Tracing its roots to the founding of the Nigerian National Democratic Party, NNDP, in 1923 by Herbert Macaulay in collaboration with other eminent Nigerians following the Clifford's Constitution of 1922. The momentous historic event of this centenary celebration happening at the critical period of concluding 2023 general elections will afford us a golden opportunity to unite the political class and indeed the whole country to the common purpose of deepening the roots of democracy and build an egalitarian, progressive, and united country. The primary objectives of the centenary celebration of the political parties in Nigeria are as stated below. Glowing tribute will be showered on the pioneers and icons of Nigerian politics who have shaped the nation's political landscape, foster a unity of purpose and nationalism. We therefore request party leaders and the Commission to support the realization of these laudable programs. I wish to, on behalf of the Council and General Assembly, once again appreciate the Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, for the sponsoring of the IPAC first election observation mission in the Liberia election. This gesture is another testimony to the untiring efforts of the INEC chairman at building a formidable and well-informed political class in Nigeria. We are proud of you, sir, and your team. The preliminary report of the mission was released to the media a few days, while the full report will soon be published. Thank you for your attention, and may these off-season elections in Imo, Kogi, and Bayelsa states be a testament to our commitment to a better democratic Nigeria. Thank you very much.